Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our conjunction video of the week, and this week we're going to be covering our conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu. And what happens when Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu are conjunct in your horoscope. And I know this is not the last of the 4 planetary conjunction, as I said last week, because I'm supposed to cover Venus, and I moved to Mars. You know, I kind of skipped it. Jupiter retrograde. So we're going to cover this, and we're going to start with Venus next week. And as always, if you do not know if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, what house it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all your other astrological details, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So when Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu come together, you got to understand this is a conjunction of a person who's very technical in nature. Someone who's very technical, mechanical. When it comes to education, usually I always see people who try to get their education in fields of electrical engineering, electronics, even normal engineering, biomechanical engineering, biomedical engineering. Especially if these planets are, in a technical sign like Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn. Otherwise, if it's like more of a non-technical sign, then you can see a person who can go into fields of law, somebody who can go into fields of government studies, logic, statistics, and even management. Like especially with Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu, a person can become very good at supply chain management as well, because that requires a lot of technical aspect and a lot of logical aspect. But on a personal front though, this is a person that may not get the most accurate guidance towards their own divinity. Either they do not get the right guidance in life, or when they do get the guidance, they don't really see it correctly. They become very stubborn with what they want to believe. If they were taught something wrong, they will believe that as their religion. They will believe that as their spiritual dharma. And one can be blind to seeing the real essence of who they are. Why? Because 3 planets now are conjunct Jupiter. 3 planets which are malefic are conjunct Jupiter. And most definitely, this is a person who is very hot-headed. Because whenever Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu have come together, always the sign of Aries, which represents the head, and especially the sign of Aquarius, which represents your broader vision of society, kind of gets very restricted in their terms. But one thing we also see is that this person can be highly competitive, highly technical in terms of dealing, especially if it's in the 3rd or 6th house, one can be an excellent sportsman. Or when they work out, this person can really go to the distant lengths in terms of working out. But also, the relationship with the sibling. Usually a person gets separated early from their sibling. Usually like a sibling can go to a foreign land, or the communication with the sibling becomes so toxic that one does not really communicate with the sibling anymore. They become very formal, and especially when it's a brother. And these people always tend to have issues with friends, especially male friends. So regardless of if it's a female or male, For them, making friendships becomes the hardest task because they always want to dominate and control the friendship. And they feel like, because such people are so stubborn in their beliefs, in their political beliefs, religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, that when they do not have the ability to balance and open up to other people, then other people are like, well, what am I doing having a friendship with this person? They are who they are. They're not going to change, and I don't want to be around that toxicness. Because remember, it is your intelligence, it is your judgment that is getting affected here. Because of 3 planets being conjunct your Jupiter, which is your intelligence and your judgment and your ability to expand towards other people like a real guru. See, Mars is a friend of Jupiter, yes, but what is Mars through Karkavastha? It's a malefic planet. But especially when it's with 2 other malefic planets who it's neutral to, it kind of like it's helpless in terms of what it's trying to do to Jupiter. But you have to see by sign placement which planet actually becomes strong. Like especially if Jupiter is in its own sign, this person will be very technical in their ability to believe and to understand God. Like for example, you can take Tesla, Einstein. They're scientists, right? But they're very technical with their ability to understand what universe is, what God is, what light is, what divinity is. Like there's so many quotes by Einstein and Tesla where you can see that these people knew far more than just physics and electricity. They knew more than what we thought they knew. They knew about the universe. They knew what God is, how things worked. Like I think they even say that, and I know Tesla had a lot of conjunction in his 3rd house. I'm not sure if this is the conjunction that is part of that conjunction, but like Tesla has said that in order for me to come up with all these ideas, come up with everything that I've done, I do not waste my semen. I don't have sex, and I'm celibate, and I don't masturbate, which means the juice of life which a man contains recycles back into the body. And it goes from your spine all the way to your brain, and there it's like you're giving additional juice to the brain. So he knew all these things, and these are some things that have been said by yogis. Tesla knew about the number 3, 6, and 9, how universe is created on 3, 6, and 9. And in Vedantic studies, they have actually said about 3, 6, and 9 being a sacred number through which this universe was expanded upon. So all these things, so this conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu shows that, because remember, Ketu is not only a malefic planet, but it also represents moksha, enlightenment, somebody who just gets enlightened, like, oh, this is what everything is. Then they don't care what you think, what your opinion is. Once they know, they know. So we have to judge this conjunction in a way where we have to see the sign and house placement to really see if this person is truly correct about their beliefs in life, or are they going to the darker path. Okay. So guys, this is my analysis of Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu conjunction. If you're doing my channel, subscribe below. We're going to want to know where your conjunction is. All the other astrological details, my books, reports, consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later.